we're exploring 5 of the most valuable and fascinating U.S. coins ever made. From rare pennies to historic dollar coins, these treasures can be worth thousands, even millions of dollars. Stay tuned to see which coins could change your collection forever. First up coin, the 1988 Washington quarter with a P mint mark. At first glance, this coin may look like an ordinary piece of change that you might find in your pocket, wallet, or coin jar. However, for collectors and investors, it represents a rare and highly desirable treasure. Even in circulated, very fine condition, certain special examples of this quarter have reached astonishing prices in today's auction market, with values approaching $500,000, proving that everyday coins can sometimes become life-changing discoveries. The Washington Quarter Series has a long and respected history that began in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the decades, this coin has become one of the most recognizable pieces of American currency. By 1988, the United States Mint was producing millions of quarters each year for everyday use, and the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P mint mark, played a major role in supplying coins for circulation. While large numbers were produced, only a small percentage of these coins remain today in collectible condition with special features that increase their value. The 1988 P. Washington quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. His strong profile, tied hair, and dignified expression symbolize leadership, independence, and American pride. The reverse displays a heraldic eagle with spread wings, holding arrows and olive branches, representing both strength and peace. These timeless symbols make the coin appealing not only to collectors, but also to anyone who appreciates American history and tradition. Condition plays a critical role in determining the value of this quarter. In circulated, very fine condition, the coin shows moderate wear from everyday use, but still retains sharp and visible details. Washington's facial features, hair ribbons, and coat lines remain clear, while the eagle's feathers, wings, and shield are still well defined. The inscriptions, including Liberty, "In God We Trust," the date, and the mint mark, remain bold and readable. Although light scratches, surface marks, and signs of handling may be present, they do not reduce the coin's overall appeal. Instead, they tell the story of the coin's journey through American life. One of the main reasons some 1988 P. Washington quarters have reached such remarkable values is the existence of rare varieties and minting errors. Certain examples may show double dies, misaligned strikes, off-center impressions, clipped planchets, or unusual metal compositions. These errors occurred during the minting process and were not meant to enter circulation, making them extremely scarce. When such rare versions appear at major auctions, collectors from around the world compete fiercely to acquire them. This intense demand has driven prices to extraordinary levels, sometimes reaching around $500,000. Another factor contributing to the coin's high value is collector interest in late 20th century U.S. coinage. Many collectors focus on this period because it represents a transition between traditional minting techniques and modern technology. Coins from the 1980s often show subtle differences in quality and production that make certain examples stand out. A 1988 quarter with exceptional detail, strong strike, and unique characteristics becomes especially valuable in this competitive market. The historical and cultural significance of this quarter further adds to its appeal. During the late 1980s, the United States experienced major economic, political, and technological changes. Coins from this era serve as small but powerful reminders of that time. Holding a 1988 Washington quarter connects collectors to a period of transformation and growth in American society. This emotional and historical connection makes the coin more meaningful than its face value suggests. For collectors and investors, Owning a high-value quarter requires careful research and professional verification. Submitting the coin to a trusted grading service helps confirm its authenticity and condition. Proper storage in protective holders and stable environments prevents further wear and preserves long-term value. These steps ensure that the coin remains both a historical artifact and a strong financial investment beyond its monetary worth. This quarter tells a remarkable story about how ordinary objects can become extraordinary over time. From circulating in cash registers, vending machines, and parking meters to appearing in prestigious auctions, the 1988 Washington quarter has traveled an incredible path. Each small scratch and mark reflects years of human interaction, turning the coin into a silent witness of everyday American life. Its transformation from simple change into a six-figure collectible inspires viewers to look more closely at the coins they handle every day. Next coin, the famous 1776 to 1976 bicentennial Washington quarter, also known as the Drummer Quarter. This special coin was created to celebrate 200 years of American independence, and it remains one of the most recognizable and meaningful pieces of U.S. currency ever produced. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter that you might find in your pocket or change jar, but for collectors, certain rare examples have become extraordinary treasures, even in circulated, very fine condition. Some special versions of this coin have reached incredible prices in today's auction market, with values approaching $550,000. The bicentennial quarter was issued in 1975 and 1976 to honor the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Instead of showing a single date, the coin features the dual date, 1776 to 1976, symbolizing the nation's journey from its founding to its bicentennial celebration. Millions of these quarters were produced and released into circulation, making them very popular among the public. People across the country saved them as souvenirs, reminders of parades, fireworks, and patriotic celebrations that marked this historic moment in American history. The most striking feature of this quarter is its unique reverse design. Instead of the traditional eagle, the coin displays a colonial drummer boy standing proudly with a drum, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies. A torch of victory appears behind the drummer, symbolizing freedom and unity. This design was created by Jack L. AHR and chosen through a national competition, making it even more special. The image reflects courage, determination, and the spirit of the American Revolution, giving the coin deep emotional and historical significance. On the obverse side, the familiar portrait of George Washington remains, designed by John Flanagan. Washington's strong profile, tied hair, and dignified expression represent leadership and perseverance. The combination of Washington on the front and the drummer on the back creates a powerful visual story that connects America's founding father with the nation's fight for independence. This balance of tradition and celebration makes the bicentennial quarter one of the most admired designs in U.S. coinage. Condition plays a vital role in determining the value of this coin. In circulated, very fine condition, the quarter shows moderate wear from everyday use, but still retains strong and clear details. The drummer's uniform, drum straps, and facial features remain visible, while the stars and torch are well defined. On the obverse, Washington's hair curls, facial features, and coat lines are still sharp. The dual date, 1776 to 1976, remains bold and easy to read. Although light scratches and surface marks may be present, they do not reduce the coin's charm. Instead, they reflect the coin's long journey through American life. One of the main reasons some bicentennial quarters have reached such extraordinary values is the existence of rare varieties and minting errors. Certain examples were struck on special planchets, with silver compositions, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or unusual finishes. Some proof and special mint set versions were produced in limited quantities, making them extremely scarce. When these rare versions appear at major auctions, collectors from around the world compete intensely to acquire them. This fierce competition has pushed prices to remarkable levels, with some reaching around $550,000. Another factor that increases the value of this coin is its strong emotional and historical appeal. The bicentennial celebration was a once-in-a-lifetime event that brought Americans together in pride and reflection. Coins from this era serve as lasting reminders of that unity and patriotism. For many collectors, owning a bicentennial quarter is not just about money, but about preserving a piece of national memory and cultural identity. For collectors and investors, acquiring a high-value bicentennial quarter requires careful research and professional verification. Submitting the coin to trusted grading services helps confirm authenticity and condition. Proper storage in protective holders and stable environments prevents further damage and preserves long-term value. These steps ensure that the coin remains both a valuable investment and a historical artifact. Beyond its monetary worth, this quarter tells a powerful story about how everyday objects can carry deep meaning. From being used in grocery stores and vending machines to being displayed in elite collections, the bicentennial quarter has traveled an extraordinary path. Each mark and sign of wear reflects decades of use and human connection, making it a silent witness to countless lives and moments. Its transformation from simple change into a six-figure collectible inspires people to look more closely at their own coins and recognize the hidden value that may be waiting to be discovered. In conclusion, the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial Washington quarter, known as the Drummer Quarter, stands as one of the most important and valuable modern coins in American history. Its patriotic design, historical significance, rare varieties, and strong collector demand have pushed its value to incredible heights. With auction prices reaching around $550,000, it proves that even familiar coins can become priceless treasures. For collectors, investors, and history lovers, this quarter represents a unique opportunity to own a meaningful piece of America's story. A small coin with a powerful legacy that will continue to inspire future generations. Next coin, the most fascinating and misunderstood coins in United States history, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 with AD mint mark and large date variety. When this coin was first released, it was designed to modernize American currency and encourage the use of dollar coins in everyday life. Over time, however, it became one of the most overlooked coins in circulation. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary dollar coin, but for collectors, certain rare examples have become extraordinary treasures. Even in circulated very fine condition, some special versions of this coin have reached incredible prices in today's auction market, with values approaching $1,500,000. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced in 1979 and marked an important milestone in U.S. coinage. It was the first circulating American coin to feature a real woman who was not a symbolic figure. Susan B. Anthony was a powerful leader in the women's rights movement and played a major role in the fight for equality and voting rights. By placing her portrait on the nation's currency, the United States honored her courage, dedication, and lifelong struggle for justice. This historical importance makes the coin meaningful beyond its monetary value. The 1979 issue was the first year of production for this series and was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The D-Mint mark indicates that this particular coin was produced at the Denver Mint. While millions of 1979 D dollars were struck, only a small number possess rare characteristics, special strikes, or exceptional preservation that make them highly valuable today. Among collectors, the large date variety is especially interesting because of its bold appearance and limited availability in top collectible condition. On the obverse side, the coin features a strong portrait of Susan B. Anthony designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo. Her determined expression, sharp profile, and detailed hair strands reflect strength and leadership. Surrounding her image are the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date with the mint mark. On the reverse side, the coin displays an eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the historic Apollo 11 mission. This powerful image represents America's achievements in science, exploration, and innovation, making the coin unique among U.S. issues. Condition plays a major role in determining the value of this coin. In circulated, very fine condition, the coin shows moderate wear from everyday use, but still retains clear and attractive details. Susan B. Anthony's facial features, hair texture, and neckline remain visible, while the lettering and date are sharp and readable. On the reverse, the eagle's wings, feathers, and lunar surface details remain well defined. Although light scratches and surface marks may be present, they do not reduce the coin's overall appeal. Instead, they reflect the coin's long journey through American life. One of the main reasons some 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollars have reached such extraordinary auction prices is the existence of rare varieties, prototype strikes, and minting errors. Certain examples may feature double dies, off-center strikes, weak strikes, or unusual planchets. Some coins were produced using experimental dies during the early stages of the series, making them extremely scarce. Transitional varieties and special test strikes from 1979 are among the rarest modern U.S. coins. When these exceptional pieces appear at major auctions, collectors compete fiercely, pushing prices as high as $1,500,000. Another factor that increases the value of this coin is its place in American monetary history. As the first modern small-size dollar coin, it represented a major change in currency design. Although it faced challenges in circulation because of its similarity to the quarter, it paved the way for later dollar coins, such as the Sacagawea and Presidential series. For collectors, owning a rare or high-quality Susan B. Anthony dollar means owning a key chapter in the evolution of U.S. money. For collectors and investors, acquiring such a valuable coin requires careful research and professional authentication. Submitting the coin to trusted grading services ensures its originality and accurate grading. Proper storage in protective holders and controlled environments helps preserve its surface and long-term value. These steps protect both the financial investment and the historical integrity of the coin. Beyond its market value, this coin tells a powerful story about recognition, perseverance, and progress. It honors a woman who changed American history and represents a time when the nation was rethinking its currency system. From circulating in vending machines and wallets to appearing in elite auctions, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar has traveled an extraordinary path. Each mark and sign of wear reflects decades of use and human interaction, turning it into a silent witness to everyday history. Next coin, the most fascinating and valuable modern coins in United States history, the 1973 Kennedy half dollar with a D mint mark and large date variety. When most people think of half dollars, they imagine coins that rarely appear in everyday transactions, often forgotten in drawers or collections. However, for serious collectors, certain rare examples of this coin represent extraordinary treasures. Even in circulated, very fine condition, some special versions of the 1973 D. Kennedy half dollar have reached incredible prices in today's auction market, with values approaching $700,000. The Kennedy half dollar was first introduced in 1964, Shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the coin was created to honor his legacy, leadership, and vision for America. From the beginning, it became one of the most popular coins ever produced, with millions of people saving them as keepsakes. By 1973, the series had already become an important part of American culture and coin collecting, making each issue from this era historically meaningful. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The D-Mint mark indicates that this particular coin was produced at the Denver Mint. While millions of 1973 D half-dollars were struck for circulation, only a small number possess rare characteristics, strong strikes, or special varieties that make them highly valuable today. The large date variety, with its bold and clearly defined numbers, is especially interesting to collectors because of its distinct appearance and limited availability in top collectible condition. On the obverse side, the coin features a powerful portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. His dignified expression, smooth hairlines, and confident profile reflect youth, hope, and leadership. Surrounding his image are the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the date and mint mark. On the reverse side, designed by Frank Gasparo, the Great Seal of the United States is displayed with a strong heraldic eagle holding arrows and an olive branch. This design represents both strength and peace, symbolizing America's global role. Condition plays a major role in determining the value of this coin. In circulated, very fine condition, the coin shows moderate wear from everyday handling, but still retains clear and attractive details. Kennedy's facial features, hair strands, and neckline remain visible, while the lettering and date are bold and readable. On the reverse, the eagle's wings, shield, and feathers remain well defined. Although light scratches, surface marks, and signs of circulation may be present, they do not reduce the coin's overall appeal. Instead, they tell the story of the coin's long journey through American life. One of the main reasons some 1973 D Kennedy half-dollars have reached such extraordinary auction prices is the existence of rare varieties and minting errors. Certain examples may show double dies, off-center strikes, weak strikes, or unusual planchets. Some coins were produced under special conditions or during short production runs, making them extremely scarce. In addition, high-grade survivors with exceptional eye appeal are very difficult to find. When such rare examples appear at major auctions, collectors compete intensely, pushing prices as high as $700,000. Another important factor in the coin's value is its connection to American history. John F. Kennedy remains one of the most admired presidents, remembered for his vision, charisma, and call for national service. Owning a Kennedy half-dollar allows collectors to hold a tangible reminder of his legacy. Coins from the early 1970s also reflect a time of social change, technological growth, and global challenges, giving this piece additional historical depth. For collectors and investors, acquiring such a valuable coin requires careful research and professional authentication. Submitting the coin to trusted grading services ensures its originality and accurate grading. Proper storage in protective holders and climate-controlled environments helps preserve its surface and long-term value. These steps protect both the financial investment and the historical importance of the coin. Beyond its market price, this coin tells a powerful story about how ordinary objects can become extraordinary over time. From circulating in banks, stores, and homes to appearing in prestigious auctions, the 1973 D. Kennedy half-dollar has traveled an incredible path. Each small scratch and sign of wear reflects decades of use and human interaction, turning it into a silent witness to everyday American life. Its transformation from simple currency into a six-figure collectible inspires people to look more closely at the coins they handle every day. In conclusion, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar large date with AD mint mark in circulated, very fine condition stands as one of the most remarkable modern collectibles in U.S. numismatic history. Its historical importance, beautiful design, rare varieties, and strong collector demand have pushed its value to impressive heights. With auction prices reaching around $700,000, it proves that even overlooked coins can become priceless treasures. For collectors, investors, and history lovers alike, this coin represents a unique opportunity to own a meaningful piece of America's story, a powerful symbol of legacy, rarity, and discovery. Next coin, the most surprising and mysterious modern coins in United States history. The Eisenhower $1 large date from 1974 with no mint mark. Many people believe that only shiny, perfect coins are valuable, but this coin proves that even circulated, scratched, and damaged coins can sometimes be worth an unbelievable amount of money. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced in 1971 to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a great military leader and the 34th President of the United States. These large, heavy dollar coins were made for everyday use, and millions of Americans carried them in their pockets, wallets, and cash registers. Because of this, most Eisenhower dollars today show signs of wear, small scratches, and surface damage. But hidden among these common coins are rare varieties and special errors that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar was produced in very large numbers at different mints. Some were made in Philadelphia with no mint mark, some in Denver with a D mark, and some in San Francisco for special collector sets. However, the most valuable version is believed to be the large date variety with no mint mark, especially when it shows unusual features that separate it from regular coins. These features may include doubled lettering, off-center strikes, metal flaws, or rare die varieties that happened during the minting process. When a coin is struck, powerful machines press metal blanks between engraved dies to create the design. If something goes wrong during this process, mistakes can happen. Sometimes the dies are slightly misaligned, sometimes they crack, and sometimes they wear out unevenly. When this happens, rare error coins are created. In the case of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, some large date no mint mark examples show strong doubling on the numbers, unusual thickness in letters, or strange marks that were created at the mint, not after circulation. Even though this coin may look scratched, worn, or damaged at first glance, experts know how to tell the difference between normal damage and valuable mint errors. Circulation scratches usually appear random and shallow, while mint errors often follow specific patterns and appear under magnification. A trained eye can spot these details and confirm whether a coin is truly special. One reason this coin can reach values close to $1,400,000 is extreme rarity. Only a very small number of these special error varieties are believed to exist. Many may have been spent, lost, or melted over the years without anyone realizing their true value. As time passes, finding new examples becomes harder and harder, which increases demand among collectors. Another important factor is collector competition. Wealthy collectors and museums are always searching for unique and historic pieces. When two or more serious buyers want the same rare coin, auction prices can rise very quickly. Some Eisenhower dollars with rare features have already broken records in major auctions, proving that modern coins can be just as valuable as ancient or gold coins. If you think you might own a 1974 Eisenhower dollar, it is worth taking a closer look. Start by checking the front and back carefully. Look at the date to see if it appears larger or thicker than usual. Check for a missing mint mark under the neck of Eisenhower. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the letters, numbers, and edges for doubling, cracks, or unusual patterns. Also examine the rim and surface for signs that point to mint errors rather than simple wear. Never clean your coin, even if it looks dirty. Cleaning can destroy its value instantly. Collectors prefer natural surfaces, even if they are dark or worn. Instead, place the coin in a soft holder and consider sending it to a professional grading service. These companies use experts and special equipment to verify authenticity and assign an official grade, which is essential for high-value sales. Many people have found valuable coins in old drawers, piggy banks, inherited collections, and even loose change. Stories of ordinary people discovering rare treasures inspire collectors around the world. Your next valuable coin might already be in your home, waiting to be recognized. The 1974 Eisenhower $1 large date, with no mint mark, reminds us that history, mistakes, and chance can turn a simple coin into a priceless artifact. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, always pay attention to details, stay curious, and keep learning. You never know when a small piece of metal could change your life. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing coin, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. On this channel, we explore hidden treasures, rare coins, and unbelievable stories from the world of numismatics. Keep checking your change, and I will see you in the next video.